Hello, and welcome to the Starting Over Stronger show, where we bring you more help as you divorce and hope as you are starting over stronger. Today, I want to take just a few minutes and share with you from me. Rather than interviewing a professional or a fellow survivor, as I often do, sometimes I just like to jump on here and take a few minutes to share something with you that I know is going to bless you or help you as you are going through your divorce. And today, what's on my mind is making your divorce easier. Doesn't that sound good? You know, the thing is that you stand a much better chance of getting what you want in your divorce when you show up to work with the mediator, the attorney, or the court as a credible client. What does that mean? It means you have a good command of the facts. You're engaged in the process by asking questions. You're organized in such a way that you can respond quickly when your attorney needs a response for a court filing or some other deadline over which they may have little control or even limited warning themselves. And it means that you're able to communicate effectively about your needs and the best interests of you and your children. And mostly, it's having reasonable expectations of the process and the people that you work with during the process. So where are you on this credibility spectrum? You know, your attorney needs you to be a credible client. They need you to not be so stuck in the story of your divorce that you can't even think about or process the facts and the business of your divorce. They need you to be able to ask relevant questions, to possess sound communication skills and reasonable expectations of the court system. This is what is often called the business of divorce, and it's recognizing the process is court-centered, not client-centered. So when you're called on for information, your attorney needs to expect that you're going to get that information as soon as possible to keep the process moving forward. You know, it's obvious that divorce has a well-deserved reputation for causing clients to enter into a crazy time. And logic, rational thought, and common sense are often completely gone by the wayside as you are just stuck in the story, the bitterness and the resentment of what has happened to lead you to this point, the betrayal and the hurt of the ending of your marriage. And this divorce story weaves its threads through every interaction between your attorney and yourself. And sometimes it probably feels to you like there's no amount of logic or rationality that could move you out of that story. You're so stuck. And it's important when you're feeling that, especially that overwhelm by the reality of the divorce and the frustration of it, that you get the support you need to work through that. You know, before you get stuck so badly that you have to be in therapy or on medication or have some other kind of intervention just to get a hold of yourself. And it's understandable. But you don't want to be asking your attorney to have to make these kinds of recommendations when there's an emerging new professional in the divorce arena, and that is the divorce coach. So here are some signs that you might be in need of a trained divorce coach. You are locked into one option and you're refusing to consider any other possible solutions. You might be refusing to examine any other perspectives but your own. You could be overly optimistic or overly pessimistic about how things are going to turn out for you after the divorce. And these beliefs are determining the way you approach the settlement. You may be seeking relief from this highly charged emotional state, willing to pay any price for that relief. And sometimes for some women, that means throwing in the towel and just being done with it, or being so angry that you can't even be reasonable in conversations with them. And you may even, honestly, sometimes lose sight of what's best for the kids. I know you don't mean to use them as pawns in the game, and maybe you're seeing your soon-to-be ex doing that. But what you want most of all is to be the parent most concerned about the children's welfare. So before you get any farther into your divorce, if you see yourself in any of these scenarios, just know that coaching helps you to self-discover the impact of how you're filtering the information that you have to use to make the decisions during your divorce. It helps you to explore other options or to shift your perspective, to consider other possible solutions. You know, the American Bar Association defines divorce coaching as a flexible, goal-oriented process designed to support, motivate, and guide people going through divorce to help them make the best possible decisions for their future, based on their particular interests, needs, and concerns. Divorce coaches are trained to work with people like you, no matter what your situation or circumstance, supporting you on this journey to be the best version of yourself is our passion. We want to champion your strengths and put you back in touch with the values that support you making the best possible decisions for yourself and for your children. We want you to be transformed in the way you think and act so that you're a better client for your attorney. This will in turn yield you an attorney who is championing you in the legal process. You know, being able to both listen and speak effectively, to communicate easily and clearly, to accept the reality of the divorce, to ask the right questions, and to be clear about your needs and interests, considering all the options and solutions, and leaving the story of divorce aside to take responsibility as a thinking partner with your lawyer in the divorce process. And this takes support. So if this describes you and you want this kind of support, please reach out, and you can start that by going to startingoverstronger.com, where you'll find out more about coaching, and you can even schedule your first complimentary discovery call there. I hope to talk with you soon. Take care.